Daylight savings time. Whoa. This has been a rumor for a long time. A lot of controversy on this. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's Arizona that doesn't change their clocks. They stay the same clock every cycle. We in Kentucky and most states change their clocks. There might be one more state other than Arizona, but I know Arizona's one because I got a friend that lives there. But yeah, I mean this would be pretty huge. My 2 cents on it, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'd be okay with it, no matter. But see what they say.
Could soon essentially reset the clock.
A bill to make daylight saving time permanent is heading now to the Senate after it passed the House yesterday. This is something we've heard lawmakers on Capitol Hill talk about for years and years. Cody Matz joins us now for what this would actually mean if it moves forward. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, if this bill were to pass, we would know.
So year round. If daylight savings time is observed year round. Okay, this is the winter sunrise. Got you. I mean, that would be bad. Not having the sun until later. But then again, if you have the sun later, you're going to have the sun later in the evening as well. Let's see if they say something about that.
No longer change our clocks both in the spring and the fall. It would make daylight saving time permanent. And while that's nice, now during the summer when there is an enormous amount of daylight, winter is a different story. Now this map actually shows the latest winter sunrise time. If this were to happen here in the Twin Cities, it would mean the entire months of December and January, our sunrise would be after 8:30 in the morning, with the latest coming up at 8:51. Bismarck in North Dakota would be 9:28. That's really late in the morning.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, 9:28 before the sun comes up. Whoa, that is pretty late. But you gotta think about kids too. I think that's why. See, they tried this a long time ago, like in the 70s, and it didn't go good. And I'm pretty sure it was linked to the children going to the bus and stuff like that, and it still being dark outside. It makes it more dangerous for the children. That's what I know.
For a sunrise. Along with those sunrises, though, comes lots of concerns. It could be potentially dangerous for drivers with rush hour happening entirely in the dark, as well as kids heading to school, all of them also moving to school before the sun is up. Many members of Congress don't seem all that concerned, with the House voting to pass the bill yesterday.
In practice, this change will mean more time for people to exercise outside, visit family, attend concerts, sporting events, attract customers, the retail business, and more.
I mean, yes, there's a good side and a bad side. I mean, the good side would be you'd get off work and you'd have daylight for a little longer, so you'd be able to do more things outside in the evening, even in the wintertime. You'd have daylight. It would be nice. Because sometimes, like my regular job, I work a 12-hour shift, so I'll go in at 7:15, and then I don't get off until like 6:45. I may have those backwards. Something like that. But the big thing is you know, I go to work at dark and then I come home at dark, and man, that sucks.
All enjoy the extra hour or so of sunlight in the summer. But when people are considering this, they need to consider the extra hours of darkness in the winter.
Now, this would not be the first time the country tried to do permanent daylight saving time for you younger folks and younger generation. It happened back in the early 1970s, but that was repealed after just 1 year because people didn't like it that much, those later sunrises in the winter. Now, again, this is not a done deal. It faces an uphill battle quite likely in the Senate, but the president said he would likely sign it if it passes. Now, interesting to note about the bill, and this is not making headlines, is it does make daylight saving time permanent. However,
I wanted to say something before he said whatever he's about to say. And that is interesting on Donald Trump, saying that he would go ahead and pass it if the Senate passes it through. So this isn't a for sure thing yet. It may get squashed in the Senate. So I'll have to wait and see, I guess. I would like to know, what is the time going to be when the sun goes down, though? In the wintertime, it's still going to be darker earlier because of how the cycle goes anyways. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 7. Normally it's like 9, close to 9, in the peak of the summer. So I would say it's probably going to be like 7:30. Be pretty good. Actually see daylight when I get off work.
it gives each and every state an option to do permanent standard time.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So that means every state could be different.
Because you already have some states that don't do it, or there's like half of the state is on one,
That's far less common than it used to be. Most do it. There are little tiny pockets.
Yeah.
But it would give every state the option. You just can't go back and forth, but you get to choose one.
Interesting.
So it's 8:10 in Hudson, Wisconsin right now. Is that what you're saying?
But it's 7:10 in Minnesota.
7:10 in Minnesota.
Well, stay tuned.
Interesting.
Thank you, Cody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cody.
All right, the country could soon.
That is. That would be insane, especially for like truck drivers or people that travel a lot. You travel to a different state and they're on standard time, and then every other state is different. How would you keep up with that? That would be awful. I don't like that idea. But Arizona, different completely. So I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't matter. I don't know. Who knows? That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.